episode of OTV. A couple of weeks since we had Robbie on. The fourth player episode we have, and we have Yinka Aderogba with us. He's been one of the lads that people have said they hate playing against in training for whatever reasons, whether that be bounce off them, slip off them and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see who he thinks on that. So welcome, Yinka.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Appreciate it. Finally got my chance.
I don't know if it's something to be happy about. Anyway, so just to start off, I'll ask you the same thing kind of I asked a couple of lads. So what brought you to Albion and kind of how long are you with Albion?
Yeah, so through Albion probably 2 years now. And the only reason I came down was because I knew Richie and Anto. And so they were both telling me, hey, you still playing ball? I'm like, no, I haven't played ball in ages. So they're like, there's a club that they think would be really good fit, you know what I mean? And it was literally so close by home. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a bash, because I've known Richie and Anto for years now. So, I trust what they say. So if they say it's a good club, it has to be a good club. So, came down and absolutely delighted. I think probably one of the best decisions so far. So I'm delighted with that one.
Well, you have to say that, but no, it's I think I came down around the same training session. Yeah, it's still a good bunch since then, and like a lot of new lads as well. So it's definitely a good buzz to be around. Right, I'll start off with the question that most people give you as the answer to. You're playing in a who do you absolutely hate playing against, or who would you hate to play against in a match and stuff like that?
Oof. So realistically, if I was going up against anybody, I'd probably hate to go against Keith. He's a very dogged midfielder. He doesn't pull out of challenges. He's one person who will never pull out a challenge with you. And it doesn't matter. You could skip past him and he will follow you to the ends of the earth realistically to get that ball back. So yeah, he's probably one player I'd absolutely hate to play against because he's so dogged, and it's the reason why he's the captain of the club.
He loves the
another player though.
He loves the Pep Guardiola little. Well, if you get by him, I'm going to trip you anyway.
That's it, exactly. He's going to foul you. He's going to take the tactical foul. You know what I mean? So I'd hate to play against him, and I'd hate to play against Aaron mainly because he's a skillful little mofo. You know what I mean? He will get by you with ease. So yeah, no, those would probably be the two players I hate to play against. But in fairness, there's a lot of players on the team that are actually extremely good. Playing against and taking the ball off you. So it's actually good.
I think Aaron's the kind of one he'll nuts you or make a showy, and you just be like, oh yeah, my hamstring's gone, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's when the whole injury comes back up. That's what happens.
So if I think with the lads and stuff like that, obviously you've been around a good few years now, so you've seen most of them. I've asked this question and the same person keeps popping up. But we see you might have someone different. Who do you think is someone who kind of not necessarily they hate training, but they're tactically lazy in training, or they don't give it everything in training, maybe that they would in a match?
Yo, I'm gonna get stick of this from him, but it has to be my brother. He is, and in fairness, I'd probably say I'm a close second beforehand. But yeah, no, he's definitely one who does not particularly enjoy the whole the running aspect of the whole training, so if we're doing any fitness work like that. But when you get a game of ball going, I swear he lightens up. He's phenomenal on the ball. He will skip past 3 or 4 players. But yeah, no, just from the actual proper training part, I'd say he hates it with a passion.
It always amazes me. It amazes me with Tux because, like you said, we do running, and no one's unbelievably fit. But Tux is miles behind everybody else, and then in a match, like you said, he's making last ditch tackles. He's beating players. Yeah. It's just he just hates running.
Exactly, but yeah, it's crazy because he'll go through 90 minutes in the match, giving it his absolute all, and probably walk the hardest I've ever seen him walk. But when it comes to training, I just know it's that switch of it being a competitive game that probably lights the fire in it. It's one of those things. So I'm going to get stick off him for that.
Who's the opposite to Tux then? Who in training gives everything like it's a match?
It's going to be a cliched answer because obviously Keith will walk you. So Keith is one person where if he's on your team in training and you're playing a match and you're not giving 100%, he will literally scream at you, telling you, hey, up your game, chase the ball, close whoever down. And it's just testament to his attitude. So he walks probably one of the hardest I've seen. But you have to give a shout out to Ethan as well and Dan Masterson because they're absolute animals. Absolute animals. They can run pretty much all day. So I think we have a good bunch of players though.
Dan's a popular answer. I think when we get back training, everyone will be giving it all in training because they'll be so happy just to play football.
Oh, guaranteed, 100%. Especially been so long.
All right, so you're someone who has their own clothing brand. You're someone who probably prides himself on having a bit of fashion sense. Who's got the worst fashion sense on the team?
Whoa. Okay, from what I've seen, he's not gonna probably like this, but I'm gonna have to say I've seen Del wear some questionable stuff in my time since we've been at the club. I don't know, man. Sometimes when you're going back to Hearns for a pub and he goes home, changes or whatever, and he comes back, I've seen him wearing some questionable stuff. I'm like, your missus let you out the house looking like that? So I'd say he's one of those who probably doesn't care too much. But he'd definitely be the one.
He's definitely comfortable in his own skin, yeah.
Exactly. He doesn't care, which is the beauty of it. He doesn't care, But yeah, no. I'll get some stick off him for that one as well. But
yeah, he definitely will. He's not going to be happy with you. But at least you're honest. A lot of people shy away from that answer.
Come on, we're all men here. We're all grown adults. He can take it.
Yeah. So this is a question I haven't asked everybody. Maybe asked one or two people. Who's the best or the cleverest at maybe diving on the team?
Man. There's only two players. It's only between two players, and I think everyone knows that. It has to be between Ethan and Aaron. They are fantastic.
You didn't say Yinka there.
Nah, what do you mean, me? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. I go down because I get tired. That's what I do. But Ethan and Aaron. It's genuine fouls, but they make the fouls look twice as bad as they actually are. So, when Aaron gets battered in a match completely. I'm surprised he can still walk after games at times. But some of the tackles, he goes over like he's just been shot. So it's hilarious at times. But yeah,
he gets up and gives a little wink.
Exactly. He's a genius. It's sly but smart. You love to have that on your team.
Yeah, no, he's some lad. So you've been like I said, you've been around a couple of years. You've seen a lot. There's not a lot of games you've missed. I've asked a couple of the lads this. They can't really think of it a definitive answer. But what's one of the funniest things you've seen on the pitch as an Albion player?
Oh, it's probably two things. For one, I was always shocked when Terry started playing with us on our side. I was always shocked to see him hoof the ball, try to go for goal in the middle of his own yard, in the middle of his own half. That was literally I was shocked the first time I saw it. I'm like, are you actually going for goal here? What's going on? But that's definitely one of the wildest things I've ever seen. And also, I think it was a friendly we had with I don't even know which team it was, but Richie was being the referee, and I swear he was getting dogs abuse from everybody. Yeah, teams are bad, but he was getting dogs abuse from everyone. My guy doesn't know the rules of the game. He doesn't. He whips out his phone and says, "I got the rules on my phone. Relax." So and it was hilarious. Whoever nominated him to be referee was an absolute mistake. So
it's just he's a legend. To get him off the sideline here, Richie. You go ref.
Exactly. In fairness, it's the lesser of two evils, I'd say.
Oh, that's good. So, who on the lads? You've probably mentioned a couple of names already, but who would you say is kind of the most talented player on the
team? I'm gonna go for a not so obvious pick here, and because obviously you have the Aarons and the Ethans who are phenomenally and technically fantastic, but I would actually go for Shane. And it's not just because everyone looks at Shane and says, "Hey, he just runs a lot," but he does so much work, and his passing and everything about him he's a really good all-round player, which is the type of player you exactly need in the team. You know what I mean? Because you can't have 11 Aarons running around because you're just going to lose the match. So you need guys like Shane who's just doing phenomenal for what he does. So yeah, I'll go for him just because just not be an obvious pick.
He slots in anywhere. He's played every position probably except goalie.
Exactly.
He probably do a shifting goal.
Exactly, definitely, 100%.
So, what's been your highlight from the start to now with the club?
Oof. Well, that's one obvious one, and it has to be winning the Shield.
Yeah.
That was obviously a huge moment for the club and for the team as a whole. So yeah, I'd probably say that one because there's times throughout the seasons where we've played well in certain matches and then we'd fall away against the weaker teams or whatnot like that, or we just wouldn't be playing to the way we know we can. So actually winning something was huge for the club and for the team. And it's just a shame that COVID hit, so we couldn't really kick on from there. That's probably the highlight. That and obviously the first game. I don't know who my first game was against, but I think that would probably be my highlight personally anyway.
And following on probably from personal highlights, you're probably the first person on here that I've done an interview with that loves scoring goals, or you want to score as many goals as you possibly can. Do you have a favourite goal you scored?
Oh, it was a match against. It was last season. I think it was a match against. Oh, no, season before, a match against Riverside, and it was we were playing home. It was probably one of the best games I played for the club, and I don't know. I think I cut him from the left. So tried to take the shot the first time, deflected off the flag, came back, and then just had a perfect opportunity to slot it in. But it probably wasn't my best ever goal, but it was the goal that meant the most to me because in the weeks before I hadn't been getting in the team or whatnot, for whatever reasons. John, I'm looking at you. But it was fantastic for me. So I think that's probably my best one because it really helped me kickstart and move on.
That was a great game, I remember, because we were hanging on. They were a league above us. It was in extra time in the cup. There was players after getting sent off, and they were just pelting us for the last 10 minutes, and it was just we ended up nicking the win. It was brilliant. Yeah, no, that was a fantastic game. From an Albury point of view, who would you say? Probably another funny question. Is what's the worst celebration you've seen from a goal with any of the lads, if you can think of one? Because I know some of the lads have some interesting celebrations, but what can you think?
God, it has to be Ethan. It has to be Ian. He has some of the funniest celebrations ever, and he gives it his all. When he scores a goal, he celebrates like it's a World Cup final. He really does. And some of them are actually fantastic, and then some are just like, I'm like, mate, come on. It'd have to be Ian, where he scores a goal, he jumps up and he just puts his hand on your hips, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
It's so funny. He'll never seen someone who loves scoring goals as much.
Oh my God, he's delighted. Like most people would be like, I love to win a match 1-0, but he'd love to win a match 4-3 where he scores all 4 goals. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, he's a gas. Right, last question from an Albion point of view. It's 0-0, 90th minute. Someone's through on goal to score a winner and win us a league or win us a cup. Who's the man? Who's the man that you want through on goal to score that goal?
Okay, that's a hard one.
Yeah,
that's a hard one. 100% not me. I am not clinical by any means. Whatsoever. But I'd have to say, it depends, because let's say, as I'm going to give a caveat answer, because if Ben was fully fit and ready to go, he's probably the best finisher we have in the club.
Yeah,
by far, he's a phenomenal finisher. So if he's on the ball 100%, he's been training and playing well, definitely him, guaranteed. If not, I'd probably have to go with, I'd say Ethan, just because he takes a lot of shots and he scores goals. But I'd say last minute, he's fit, he's strong. I think he'd probably put away. And if not, we'd crucify him afterwards.
Yeah, and I'd love to see the celebration with him scoring a 90th minute.
Oh my God, it'll be over the top, man. Somebody will have to record it, guaranteed.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. So last thing, who are you nominating to be up next?
It's one of two options. I could easily go for the route of say talk to my brother, because I know he'd absolutely hate it and he'd be awkward as hell on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that would be hilarious. So yeah, no, I'll go for talk. He'll hate me for this, but I think it's comedy gold. That's what it is.
He's gonna absolutely love it. I think I'll have to give him a heads up on the kind of questions beforehand, just so he's not so.
Oh man, give him a week's notice at least.
It'll be the shortest interview in Albury TV.
I guarantee it. One-worded answers and that's it.
Yeah, done. Yeah, Shane. Yeah, Keith. Aaron. Yeah, grand. See you later then.
Legend.
Right.
Oh, man.
Thanks a million for that, Yinka.
No worries, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, chat again soon.